Salutations, I am the 16-bit Scotty, and this is Crit Eating Grin. We are sitting around ye old table, tell a little bit of fables, have a little bit of fun, throw a little bit of dice. Thank you for joining us, hope you have a good time. Let's introduce our players and the characters that they will be bringing to life in this one-shot, fun shot that we got going on here. So we'll go ahead and start with Allie. Go ahead and introduce yourself and the character you will be representing today.
So I am Allie, also known as Arena Flare. I'll be playing Hestia, the Shadow Sorcerer. Definitely has some mommy issues. That's an understatement. But mommy issues.
It's a broad term.
Take it as you will.
That's what she said. Moving on to Tim. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character.
Hi, I am Tim. I will be playing Tish, the Aberrant Mind Tiefling Sorcerer.
Nice.
The sister to Hestia. And another potential character.
No potential character yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Character's there. You're good.
Yeah.
Twin sister to someone else. Or, yeah, twin sister. Yeah. Twin sister. Twisted sister. Twin sister to a brother. Alright, then we'll go ahead and we'll move over to Eric. Introduce yourself and Monsieur Falpifou.
My name is Eric. I am the Dungeon Master for Crit Eating Grin, and I will be playing a Haragon Ranger named Swoosh Floppyfoot.
Floppyfoot, let's go. Cute little bunny man. What happened to him? Looks nothing like the player.
Well, you know.
Absolutely nothing like the player.
Am I a pretty lady?
You shaved the beard, maybe. Moving over to Logan. Introduce yourself and your character.
My name's Logan, and I'm a Warforged named Hoover. He's part vacuum and recently got his own soul for the first time.
Nice. Then, as well as being the Dungeon Master, I will also be moonlighting as the twin brother to the twin sister. I am Mort to Tish. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump into it. Kind of a little bit of a story setup to kind of let everybody know where we are here, to kind of get you guys, the players and the listeners and viewers, in the right mindset. There was a ship that was sailing by a captain named Captain Tortuga. He was supposed to be transporting a powerful sorceress by the name of Melina, along with her children Hestia, Mort, Tish, as well as our robot, Construct Warforge, Vacuum Cleaner Hoover. As they were trying to make the attempt to the fire plane, the plane of fire, I can't remember what that is.
It's called the fire plane.
Yeah, it is fire plane. Trying to make their way to the fire plane. However, there was a magic item in Tortuga's possession, a compass that allows him to travel between the planes. Something went a little sideways. Come to find out, that was the last charge. So they're stuck here. Where is here, you wonder? Well, they made it to the continent of Alteratus. And they met up with Monsieur Swooshy. I was already making fun of your name before, and I don't already forgot. Floppyfoot. Monsieur Floppyfoot. There was a little bit of kind of banter between them. They all had come to realize that clearly they did not make it to the fire plane. However, they made it here. Lena wanted to do some research, sent the kids to go get some books and things so she can kind of go and do and everything else. But Mr. Floppyfoot had kind of informed them that he was wanting to get to an island, so he would kind of take them in town, show them around. If the visitors would be so kind as to allow him to use their ship to go to this the Silver... What was it, Silvercrest?
Correct.
Yeah, Silvercrest Isle. And from the Silvercrest Isle, Mr. Floppyfoot, Swoosh, was wanting to find a supposed magic skull. A skull that was made of pure gold with diamonds that are set into the eyes that supposedly can grant any wish. For no other reasoning than curiosity. Is this true? Is it an actual magic item? Deep down, maybe he has a wish his own. Maybe he just wants to say, I did something special. I made it to the island. I survived and I came back and look what I've got. So after a long rest, they ended up getting onto the ship. You guys ended up traveling to the isle, but not before Alina had passed on the information after having done some research that at the island there was in fact this skull, which she gave this information to the oldest sibling, Hestia, and said, hey, skull's there, grant a wish, and there may be other magical items for use. Keep your eyes open. Hestia said, sure thing, Mom. So we're going to go ahead and start out the adventure in this fun shot that you guys have come aboard to this island across a little bit of choppy seas and things like going on. The dinghy just kind of, sitting, weighing back and forth and all that kind of fun stuff. You're on a beached area that seems to open into kind of a semi-dense jungle-esque area. More kind of, I guess, would be closer to like a rainforest than a jungle. So yeah, that's where you gotta go. You know that you need to go inland from everything that you've ever heard Mr. Floppyfoot about this island. And as a nice little thing that I'll also grant you, that I forgot to mention in the other thing, is that this island used to be the home of a powerful wizard who supposedly had cursed the island moments before his death. And other adventurers had traveled here, have never made it back. So, having all the rest of that information, what would everybody like to do?
Marching in the direction I believe that I need to go.
Alright. So go ahead and when you get a shot, give me a survival check to kind of see what direction that you think you would like to go.
Survival is a 9.
9? Alrighty then. So everybody's kind of standing around. Swoosh kind of looks around for a little bit and moves his head and just starts walking off in a direction.
Guess we should follow him.
Moore kind of nods his head. He says, be much nicer if we had Puff.
He wouldn't have done well where we were initially going.
Unfortunately.
Mort will actually start following suit. He'll have a book that he was writing in and kind of jot notes down. He'll close it and he'll just kind of put it in a side pouch and just begin walking.
With wishful thinking, I will follow and then I will pull out the whistle and blow on it. And see what happens.
Alright, so you pull out your dragon whistle and you blow into it, which seems to make no sound. And as you're kind of hoping to hear the familiar flapping of wings from your dragon friend, sadly...
Moment of wishful thinking.
Yep, moment of wishful thinking.
It's okay.
I don't like walking.
Maybe you should have got a carpet or a broom.
These are things that may have could have been done, but we're here. Let's go.
Remind me about that when we get back.
Right? Alright then, so...
I'm gonna follow behind. Just keep an eye out on any strange movements around us as we're going.
I imagine Hoover's also tagging along, or did Hoover want to do something strange? Okay. Alright. So yeah, you guys are going to go ahead and follow the bunny around. Everyone else also give me survival checks. We'll do it that way.
Ooh. 5.
24.
24?
19.
Nice. So Swoosh is kind of going through and everything else. Hestia is going to notice that as long as that the party has been walking along and things, that you guys have seemingly been stuck in here in the directions you were going and things, that you're not 100% sure with the belief that the rabbit man actually knows where he's going, what he's doing, all that kind of fun stuff. You have also, while you've been traveling around and all that kind of fun stuff, have noticed that there have been various different, we'll call them natural traps, various different things from kind of like Venus flytraps and all that other kind of fun stuff, more akin to like the man-eating varieties. And you've been able to kind of point them out to everybody. But another thing is yours is high enough to notice also that as you are running these things through your mind and kind of thinking, you've also noticed it seems like some of the vines in the trees seem to be just slinking and moving around ever so slightly, almost like they are snakes.
So I'm not gonna stop and wait for whatever might be out there. I'm just gonna nod. Are you sure we're going in the right direction?
It's just over this way, and I point in whatever direction I believe I'm walking.
Would I be able to... I need to go to spells.
I rolled a deception of 1 + 1 for 2, just because.
Tossing them out.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and count that. So yeah, the bunny doesn't sound very enthusiastic about the claims.
So anyway, I firebolt at the thing that I see slightly moving as we walk past. I don't trust it.
Fireball, to refresh my brain, you need to attack? Or is
Yeah.
it, okay, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Oh, why am I using that one?
Firebolt?
Firebolt.
Bolt, yeah.
Okay.
No, she did not say fireball.
I just want to
It's
clarify.
okay, it's okay. 11.
11? That's still good enough to hit. So yeah, as everybody's kind of going, you hear this magical surge of energy as a whoosh of flame whoosh, ends up coming from the young sorceress here and embeds into a tree, and everyone is going to hear this god-awful shrieking sound that sounds like no natural animal that you guys have heard.
It's 13 damage, by the way.
Nice.
We're not experimenting.
Would you consider this terrain a foresty terrain on the island? Okay, so just to keep this in mind, that is one of my terrains. So when I make intelligence or wisdom checks, the skill proficiency is doubled, and then if we're traveling an hour or more in a chosen difficult terrain or something like that, the terrain does not slow down the group.
Okay. Oh, that's really
Cannot become lost except by magical means, and then remains alert to danger even when you're engaged in another activity.
fantastic.
You can move stealthy at a normal pace,
Oh, wow.
and then you can find twice as much food while foraging and tracking creatures.
Nice. I do like this.
And you'll learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago people passed through the area from tracking them through there.
So that class is a little busted. I mean, just a little busted.
You chose the forest. I just happened to choose the right forest.
Apparently. So yeah, you guys are basically gonna hear that god-awful shriek, as the vine seems like it kind of withers a little bit, then kind of recoils, and then goes right up the tree that Hestia had blasted.
So I'm going to make a nature check based off kind of what I heard to see if I would know exactly what it was that was retreating. So I've got 7 on the die, 3 with a nature, but because we're in the terrain, I'm going to add the additional 3, so it'll be, what's a 13?
13. It's not that you've actually seen yourself, and you can't think of the name off the top of your head, but you do remember hearing that there were some plant-like creatures that often act very similar to snakes, or what are they called? Like constrictor snakes and things like that if you end up getting too close to them, they tend to kind of wait by their time. Like if you camp in the wrong area, a lot of times they'll just kind of wrap everybody up. And during the daytime, as you guys are moving around and things, that it lessens the chance of, you actually being caught up by these vines.
Behind the foliage is all I say as I keep pushing through and moving branches out of the way, trudging into the density of the island or the center of the island where I believe we need to go.
Alright.
Cruising along with them.
You look concerned,
I
sister.
haven't quite heard a scream like that before.
We are on a different plane of existence, sister.
Surprised no one's writing it down
I want
in
to
the
find it.
books.
We'll come across it later.
Later.
Alright.
Before or after I burn the island down.
Doesn't matter as long as one survives.
But do they need to survive, sister?
To get a good sample.
I propose that there are magical means that could possibly resurrect such dead.
This is a different plane, brother.
This is true.
Different rules may apply.
This is true, but for science, we could find out.
And we'll get both.
Alright. So yeah, it seems to take you a little bit longer to trek around than you initially had thought and anticipated, Swoosh. But at some point in time, we'll kind of say it seems like it's taking you about an hour and a half, 2 hours, give or take. You're actually going to notice that the forested type area is going to open up some into a little bit more of a clearing, and off in the distance you're going to see a large, imposing mansion that seems like it's been hit by the elements, not maintenance for easily a decade. Not completely dilapidated, but it is starting to show wear and tear of just being out in the elements.
So this is what you were looking for?
I'm searching for a temple, correct? Was there something like that, or what I believed?
You don't remember? Let's see, hold on. Let's think about this wisely. Your belief was is a temple, but it is a very possibility, given the size of this being a large, almost mansion-like thing, that it could be a possibility that
like a tower or house or something like that.
Yeah, it could be something that actually belongs to
And it's a clearing.
Yeah,
Roughly
it's kinda
how
coming
large?
from- Oh, God. You're probably good half a mile to a mile away.
So as far as I can see.
As
Okay.
far as you can see.
We're looking for some sort of dwelling. I was under the belief it was some sort of temple. It could be a house. It could be a tower. It could be anything. So keep your eyes peeled, and I'll start slowly just heading in the direction to see if I find anything.
Alright.
I'll continue to follow.
Yeah.
Alright. So everyone's just going to kind of go do their things, be a little on guard, looking around, especially knowing about the vine creatures. And time's going to progress. It's going to start getting to be a little past, let's see, let's say it's going to turn into about beginning evening. So sun's still pretty well up. You can definitely see things relatively clearly, but sun's going to not be up very long. Yeah, you will basically come to the, I don't want to quite use the word precipice, but you will come to the, what kind of word would that be? I'm trying to think. Just the grandstanding that is this mansion. That seems to be almost like a few hundred feet, or at least a couple hundred feet long. Like I said, looks like it is brick and mortar, as well as some wood, with paint that's kind of chipping and going and things. That the windows still seem like they're pretty well intact and not boarded up.
Found it. That's all I'm going to say. I'll start making my way towards this. The entry point to this
The entry
mansion or
point
house.
is going to be kind of one of those nice patios that has like this little stairs with like the little round things that you kind of go up and things like that, and it'll have like a couple like concrete posts that go up to kind of hold the I was going to say awning, and that's not right. Hold the gable, so that way, like I said, it kind of shields you from like rain and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it's a nice big double door. Above the big double doors is going to be a large, let's make it a crescent. Why not? Kind of like a crescent window.
Yeah, like check the door for anything that's like just anything suspicious about it.
Anything suspicious? Go ahead and give me an investigation. See if you can find out if it's trapped, unlocked, or
Well,
locked.
that's an 8.
8.
12.
It's a door. It's a double door. Got nice knockers on.
I'd also like to use Detect Magic to see if there's anything around this area.
How far does Detect Magic go? Refresh my memory.
30 feet concentration for 10 minutes.
Okay. So for 30 feet. Alright. 10 minutes.
Good coat of paint. This place could actually be pretty nice.
You just want to convince your mother to get another house on a different continent. On a completely different world.
Yeah.
I'm sure she can set up a teleportation circle for you.
Like a nice vacation home.
All your
Yeah.
experiments here.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah.
Away from the prying eyes of deep water. I like the sound of that, sister.
Why
So...
would I give you ideas?
So, in terms of magic, you're not detecting anything currently.
Okay.
I noticed that Eric was kind of fiddling around with his dice as if
I rolled a perception check and only got a 5 just to check the door.
Yeah, no, you look at the door, it looks like a double door.
Start to open it.
Alright, you go grab it, and it is unlocked. You open it up.
Yep.
It kind of creaks a little bit. It's going to open into a luxurious entry hall. It'll end up being about 25 by, I'd say, about maybe 28, 30 feet. Kind of a square. It is going to have a set of double doors off to the left. It'll have a pair of double doors off to the right. There are going to be floor-standing candelabras that look like they're actually candles that are currently burning. You can see evidence of like the wax still kind of going down and things as if.
So there's light in there from the candles. Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like that it's been in. The candles have been lit recently.
Okay.
Within the past hours or so.
I'm going to take a torch out and move over and light a torch with the candles.
Okay, yeah,
for
sure.
additional light.
Absolutely. So, yep, you bust out the torch, you light the torch. Yeah, like I said, there are some stairs in the center of this entry point that will kind of go upwards, and looks like there is a large painting of what looks like some kind of a wizard with like a grand beard and things like that, and like nice robes, perhaps like a self-portrait or something like that. Balding wizard. Well, instead of saying balding, we're just going to say bald wizard. Looks like he's probably easily 70, 80 years old, give or take, in the painting. And then from that landing is going to kind of go up on the other side, which is going to kind of lead its way into like a balcony area that will overlook the entryway.
Somebody thinks highly of themselves.
I get it. I get this is. I think I do.
A lot of people do.
Yeah.
So yeah, at this point, Mort's going to kind of pop out the book, start jotting notes down, looking around.
I guess I'll just like roll a perception to just see if there's anything maybe like sort of hidden or unusual about this main area.
Main area? Sure. Go ahead and give me a perception.
I assume Mort's walking around taking notes.
Oh yeah, Mort's
So
kind of walking around.
Probably walk with him since I still got the detect magic going, let him know if
Sure.
there's something
9.
else.
9? Nothing really suspicious kind of jumps out. You can definitely notice that slightly different than deep water, but you guys do have stuff like this. It looks like there's kind of like a couple of that'd be stationary things in like a little area. So there's gonna be like quill with some ink and some paper, as well as kind of like a typewriter kind of a thing, just set off to the side. Yeah, like I said, the painting actually, upon even with a 9, is going to be something that you're going to notice. The painting actually kind of almost looks like there is a rectangular shape in there that seems almost kind of cut in between two parts, almost like they're fabric. And then Mort is going to be walking around the entire time. He's taking notes and things that you guys are going to kind of go back underneath the top of the stairs, and you're going to realize that the stairs are going to round down. As you go down, you're going to see that it looks like there's some kind of a graded or gated entryway that leads down to some kind of a basement or sub area. You guys are going to kind of walk up around and make your way back to the main hall.
Where do you want to go first?
So I'm going to look around and go, wonder, and then look for like any hidden compartments or passageways.
Just in the hall?
Yeah.
You got what for your passive?
Passive perception is 11.
11. That's still good enough. Yeah, you're gonna kind of walk around the hall and things that you're not gonna really notice too many quote unquote hidden passageways. You're gonna notice that there are a couple. There's about 3 doors in the top balcony area, and there's a total of 3 doors in the bottom. There's the one and the one that leads into the basement. But 11 is good enough to notice that in the painting area, or where that painting is, it actually looks like there is an entryway there, and that the door is pretty well flush, but you can kind of see the markings around like where the door would open and close.
Okay. Bet that's his bedroom.
It's possible.
Just pointing at the painting.
Want to go see? Want to go wet?
I don't like how you said that.
I don't either.
I'll go in first. How about that?
Sounds good.
Okay, I'll just head in. I'll open the door, or see if I can open the door and head in.
Yeah, you look down and there does not appear to be any kind of handle.
Can I like push it, or maybe find like a way to pull it?
You can make the attempt to push it.
Does anything happen when I do that?
So, go ahead and give me. How would I put this? Shit, I forgot what stat it is. Give me a second.
Athletics.
No, is it athletics?
If you're pulling or pushing or doing something like that.
No, it's less of
I
that
would've
and more
thought
of a
that's
reaction from
dexterity
a
to
creature.
Oh. Okay.
Hey, when he pulls up a monster manual.
It's a dex save or
Is it a
strength
dex
save.
for
Is it a mimic?
Smothering.
Oh. No. That's strength.
That's a strength.
That's a strength. Okay,
That's
so
strength.
give me a
I don't
strength.
know that.
You would know.
You'll find out.
Yeah.
Good call. I was not the one wrapped up in it.
Saving, right?
I believe it's a saving throw. It is rugged smothering, right?
Yep.
21.
Just.
Or tapestry of smothering in this instance, probably.
So just straight strength then, Logan. Oh wait, no, you had 21. Oh yeah, you did
I had
saving.
7.
No, you did.
I had the 17 plus the 4.
Yeah, but you did saving. So
What's your
17.
strength modifier?
Yeah, plus your strength modifier.
Monster
No, just
Manual,
plus
5th
one.
edition, page
So
20.
it'd be an 18.
18.
Monster Manual, page 20.
Yeah, I heard. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So as you kind of push on it and things, that you're going to notice that the section of this painting just kind of starts almost like it's not actually been affixed. It starts kind of like to fall, and then as it's falling, you can kind of tell that like it starts kind of wanting to wrap around you. And as it makes the attempt to wrap around you, you're able to kind of take with enough and just shove it off to the side. As it ends up basically just flopping on the what is that thing? Landing in part of the stairs. So.
I'm just gonna move away from it.
Ooh, well, that is yet to be determined, because that is going to go ahead and be a initiative of
19.
nice.
Out of 10.
19.
You have a 9 in initiative.
12.
You say you have 10.
No, I got 19. I rolled an 18 plus 1.
I heard 10.
I got a 10.
I thought you said he got a 10.
No.
So, Logan and Tim have the 19. What is your dex numbers?
Mine?
Yeah, the actual numbers.
It's a
Not the
16.
mods. So you got a 16?
He's higher.
It's higher? Alright. Ends up being Logan. Logan.
16 still beats a 12 in this realm, right?
I thought you said 19.
I rolled a 19 for...
His dex is 12.
Initiative.
My dex is 12.
Oh.
So I'm saying a 16 still beats a 12 in this plane of existence,
yes,
right?
it still beats, yes.
Okay. Well, I gotta make sure. This might have changed.
Could be Bizarro World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tish is unfamiliar with this area.
Womp womp womp. Alright then, so it is going to be Logan for the top, then it will be Tim, then it will be the DM, and then it will end up being Eric and Allie. Since I do not have access to my phone, I do not have Mort, so.
Okay.
Mort is going to be taking more of a
Passive.
pacifist role.
Gonna be writing that note that says all this is
Pretty much, that's how I see it, is that this particular time he's just going to be writing things down. So, but if you require him to do anything, since you guys share the brain cell and you guys are twins, you can, as a bonus action, have him do something.
Okay.
And I don't know what it'd be called, like investigate the creatures, like
Sure, if you want to investigate, give me an investigation check. It's going to use your action.
will it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Will I investigate or will I just shoot? I'll probably just shoot it, honestly.
Sure. Do you want to load in one of your cannonballs to shoot it, or did you want to use your chain of arrows?
Chain of arrows.
Yeah, so basically kind of like a Gatling gun or like a little thing where you can shoot with your arrow, or you can load up a...
I guess I'll load one up and then shoot it.
Alright. So go ahead and then shoot it with your, not mortar, what the crap those things called? Cannonballs or whatever.
A musket ball?
Musket. Thank you.
Or a lead ball?
6 plus 8.
Bullet.
Easy math.
6 plus math. What?
6 plus what?
14.
14? You sure? You didn't sound very confident.
I count on my finger.
That's
8,
fine,
9,
I don't care,
10,
I still
11,
do it.
12, 13, 14.
Okay, there you go. That is a hit, so go ahead and give me some damage.
1d12 plus 3. That. It's this one, right?
Yep.
That's a 6.
6, alright.
Not yet.
What?
Anyways.
And I guess I'll move away from the creatures. I'm going to take whatever you call it,
Attack of opportunity. Exactly. Alright, so you're moving away from it. It is going to be pissed if it feels any emotion, but it seems like it feels emotion, like it's pissed. So it's going to basically kind of lurch at you and try to grapple you again. So go ahead and give me that strength check.
Save it, just check.
Just check. So,
Ooh, that's a 7.
7 total?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this time it ends up kind of wrapping around you like carpet from Aladdin, just... And you were standing there like... Alright.
It's the end of my turn.
That is. And you have bestowed a great gift upon the DM. Thank you. Alright.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry, what happens, happens.
Yeah.
I'll be dead in the first 15 minutes.
Possibly. Bree was like, I'll be dead within the first hour. I'm like, yeah, with that attitude. I'm like, you've done alright. Logan, I didn't think about it. Yeah, you're gonna be dead within the first... Okay. So, Tim, it is you. What would you like to do?
Gonna be nice and use Firebolt.
Okay. Am I like shielded from this, or?
You'll find out. Well, it's either that or I was gonna use another spell with fire in the name.
I mean, that's a you call, man.
I know, but I'm going to use Firebolt. That's an 11.
That's an 11. That's a miss.
Yeah.
Alright. Is there anything else that you wanted to do?
No, I'm going to keep my distance from it.
Okay. So. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Here's where I was. Yep. Ow. So, literally, that's okay. Just wanted to make sure. Alright, then, so. Yep, it's just basically going to hold on tight to it. Seems like it's getting a little bit tighter with its grip and everything else. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it says at the start of the target's turn, so Rug's not going to be doing anything to the top of your turn, so it's wrapped around you. That's pretty much what that's going to be. Alright, Eric.
Okay. So, while looking around, trying to figure out where I would be if I was a magic wishing skull, I hear all this take place. I quickly pull out my longbow and see all that take place.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to move to make sure I have good visual. I don't know how far I would be.
Move yourself 5 feet.
And when I have good visual, then I am going to fire my longbow. Before I do that, I'll use a bonus action to Hunter's Mark it, and then I'll fire my longbow. And that's going to be a 17.
17
to hit. Okay, so I have 1 for Hunter's Mark. I have a D8 for the initial damage. And then on top of that cool feature, I also get a thing where I can do a Dreadful Strike. So when I hit the creature with a weapon, I get to deal an additional 4 psychic damage to the target. So here's the damage to the first arrow.
As I split up the damage so I know.
Alright, so the actual initial damage is going to be 8.
Okay.
The Hunter's Mark damage will be 3, so it's 11.
Okay.
And then the psychic damage is going to be 3, so it'll be 14 points of damage on the first arrow strike.
So Logan, you take 5 points of damage.
Second arrow is going to be 18 plus, what was that? It's 26, so 18 plus 8.
For a hit? Absolutely.
Yes. And it will deal 7, so it'll deal 10 points, and the Hunter's Mark, I think, is only like the first strike, but I want to check that.
I believe it's on the first strike, but yeah, double check in case we're wrong.
No, it's whenever you hit.
Oh, nice.
So that's an extra 3 points.
Alright. So we're going to go ahead and say, Logan, 5 points of damage.
Another 5 or?
Yep, he hit it twice.
And that's all.
Yep. Alright then, so Ellie. I was going to say, what does Kaka do with the wrong character? What does Hestia like to do?
A little bit. I don't have the bird brain damage this time.
Nice.
Also keeping my distance, I will throw a firebolt.
Okay. Firebolt. That's cool.
That is a 16.
That is a hit.
Here comes the damage. Yeah, no, I'm eating here from this as well.
That is 8.
8.
8 fire.
So you end up getting 4 points of damage, Logan. It gets really hot, really quick. Alright. Rug is starting to kind of look frayed and beaten up. So start of the turn. Should I just do the base damage? Let's roll. Let's roll. 2d6. Well, I mean, it's it was 10 one way or another. So 10 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Logan.
Oh boy.
But now it is your turn.
Can I try to get out of this thing?
Yes, you may. Go ahead and give me a strength check.
Next time I just healed 10.
Yeah, you do.
18.
18? Yeah, that is good enough. So basically, as it's kind of doing its thing, alright, you know, as it's trying to smother on you and everything else, you've taken this damage, you're hurting some, and then you're like, I gotta get out of here. With all the previous attacks and things that may have potentially weakened it some, but you're able to kind of use your big girthy strength to throw this thing off of you. And it just kind of hits the wall a little bit, flops down at your feet.
I'm gonna get the crossbow out and then shoot it.
Sure, absolutely. So you bust out the Mega Man arm, load in an arrow, and give me a shot.
It's an 18 plus 8, so...
18 plus 8?
It should be plus 8. Let me check.
No coughing, the echo's gonna be bad.
I'm trying to do it in between talking.
Yeah, 18 plus 8.
Okay, so the total of?
36.
26.
Sorry, 26, not 36.
Damn, schools and their common core math. Anyways, yes, 26 is a hit. So go ahead and roll me some damage.
It's 1d10 plus 3.
Yep.
I gotta figure out what the d10 is.
D10 is kind of the diamond shaped one. Yep, that is 12.
This one with 10 sides.
Yep.
That
No,
one's
that's
an
an
8. You're looking for one like this.
This one.
Yeah.
I have one of my grit points. Can I use one of those for Deadeye Shot, which I gain advantage on an attack. Oh wait, no, not. It says gain advantage on attack rolls. Does that mean to hit something or
Correct.
or damage?
Yeah, that's
Okay, so that's. I lost the die.
2.
2 plus 3, which is 5.
Alright, 5 points of damage.
And I also can go again, right? Because I didn't have to load it.
No, this one you don't have to load. The arrows you don't have to load. The cannonballs you have to load.
So I have a second. Can I see if it's like hurt? Like
Oh, it's still up, but it is hurting.
I'm gonna shoot again.
Okay.
So 14 plus 8, so that's 22.
Very good. Alright. So, that is also a hit. Go ahead and give me some damage.
6.
6. Rogue is still standing.
And I'm gonna use action surge to take another hit.
You can do that, but may I be a devil's advocate and say, do you want to do that this early on?
The real question is, are we gonna take a rest?
That is the question.
That is the question, but I'm just saying is if things go shit sideways, are you sure you want to use that here? You can. I'm more than willing to let you do it, but in case things start going sideways real quick. They might not.
No, I guess I'll wait.
Okay.
And I do apologize for this.
Spray it everywhere.
Have fun with that.
Clip, clip, cut.
Editor, cut that.
Yeah. Editor, cut that. Little visual says no. Alright. So yeah. It is Tish's turn.
I'm gonna throw another firebolt at it.
Alright, let's go firebolt. Burn the rug. Burn the rug. Burn the rug.
Oh, that's
That's what she said.
Because that's a 26.
26, that's a hit.
Okay. 14.
14. How do you see this thing going up in smoke?
Exactly that, going up in smoke. I hit it at the bottom and it just quickly rises. Whoosh.
Nice. It doesn't make any sounds, but if it could, you would like to think that it'd be a high-pitched squealing screech before it ends up turning into ash on the floor. Right before the door, actually. That has been revealed now that the, what do we say this thing's
The
called?
tapestry.
The tapestry of smuggling.
Smothering.
Whatever. Tapestry of smuggling is no more.
Tapestry of smuggling.
Yeah.
That's what Richard translates.
So now that
Fair point.
the cover is gone, is there any obvious way, like any kind of hand grip at all?
There is something very obvious to everyone. It does look like there is the painting itself seems like there is more, rather than the actual canvas painting and things that has its own type of stuff. That also seems like the door has the painting to kind of match with that. But the biggest difference is from the tapestry versus the door. The door actually seems like it has what looks like 3 crests placed into the side or inside of it, but there looks like there is 2 spots open for a couple crests. It's the wrong door, motherfucker. But yeah. That's what I said. I had shit already done. I was just like, thumb. Ugh.
Can I like investigate the slots in the door, like the?
Sure.
Let's see if Mort can like sketch out what the empty slots look like.
Okay, yeah. Kind of look
22.
like a octagon. 22. So it actually looks like each of the crests seem like they have different images. The ones that are in there, different images that depict different races and cultures, different from what you're even used to from like Deepwater. But it looks like there is kind of like a dwarf. Looks like he is mining something. There also looks like there is an elf that is apparently like shooting or has a arrow knocked into its bow. There also looks like there is a human, and then there total 5. 3 was in, 2 was out. Right? That's what I said.
Sure.
Yeah.
It is now.
Yeah. This way now. So yeah, there's a 3, and the holes just kind of look like they're octagons. They go in for about maybe half an inch to an inch, give or take. And it looks like they just kind of sit in there. You don't see any kind of mechanisms that would latch onto or catch. It looks like it just kind of sits in there. You're assuming that even though you don't see any kind of latch and things like that, it's probably weight pressured. So when you put the weight of the particular crest in there, it'll kind of drop something down or pick something up or do something like that, which will mess with the locking mechanism, which should unlock it. And at that point, the handle, no handle, but basically it should unlock and you should be able to kind of push it open and push it shut.
Okay.
He said like went downstairs and saw like a weird basement type
Yeah, the
thing.
weird basement type thing, that would be below the stairs. So you guys are currently on the first landing, going towards the second. That's where the painting is, and then the doors that lead you downstairs are basically underneath the stairwell from where you guys are currently standing. So under the landing where you guys currently are.
Well, something like this, something special's got to be behind it.
Agreed. But now we gotta unlock it.
Does anyone have knock?
No.
Or asks.
Nope.
Unfortunately, no.
I shouldn't have been so brash with the tome Mother gave me, otherwise I would have had it, Mort says.
It doesn't do what I was hoping.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I know it's not knock, but I can tell. Like, the gears are turning, and the hamster trying not to fall off.
I was gonna try to use mold earth to make the shape and insert it.
The hamster was working.
The hamster was working overtime, baby. The hamster was working overtime.
The spell doesn't do that.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't allow me to create things like that.
So, do we look upstairs or do we look in the
See, we start.
creepy dungeon?
Well, there's still 2 doors on the main floor.
I'm that too.
There's a total of 3 doors downstairs, and then there's a total of 3 doors upstairs. 2 double doors downstairs, and then there also appears to be like a singular door downstairs, and then there's a double door on the upstairs, and then 2 singular doors across from that one.
I say we start downstairs and move up.
So start in the creepy basement.
Yeah, and the creepy basement.
I thought that was barred off though.
Yeah, it's like a iron bar gate. Just, believe it or not, I'm still waking up for that nap, so and with my back hurting, it's a little hard to
Think.
Yeah, and apparently I'm lagging really bad.
That happens.
It's always one way it comes through.
Damn Android phones, I don't tell you.
Could be worse. Could be an Apple.
True.
I'm not lagging. But anyway, moving on. Where are we going?
Take another peek at the basement.
So you go down,
see
take a look at
through.
the door. Door looks like it has a similar kind of crests, but these are larger and they look like they have kind of just like a general seal, kind of like a generic thing, something like you might see a family crest or something like that. These ones don't appear like they can be removed or put in or something like that. They're just kind of sitting right on there. You go to kind of open up the door and things that, and it goes, and it seems like there is actually a standard iron key that ends up kind of going in there to keep it locked.
So there's iron bars, you said? Can I see through them, see what might be on?
Yeah, so you don't have to make the check. You kind of look down in there now that you've gotten close to it and you're wanting to look. You're going to notice that there are kind of what looks almost like marbled stairs. Also kind of looks like they might have some kind of like carpet or something like that to kind of keep from slipping and sliding in case of moist conditions. But it actually kind of goes down. Looks like there is a landing, and then it kind of seems like it just kind of wraps around like it goes further down. And then there are, if I recall correctly, there are, what would that be, indentations in the wall where it looks like they have candle, places of candle there. Now this one, you can, your magic senses are going off for the candles. You've been around this enough with your mother and things that you're like, magic candles. Like, you know, they're magically lighting the place, basically.
Motion detectors.
Kind of, sort of.
You walk in, they light up.
Kind of, sort of.
Philips Hue candles.
I love it. That is fantastic.
I think we found where you can keep your more questionable experiments.
Locked gate would keep them in.
I'm gonna go to the set of the doors. If you were facing at the front door to the left on the first floor,
Alright.
should be
I'll
unlocked.
go with him.
Should be. Okay. So you guys are going to go to the double doors off to the left of the entryway. You will open up those doors, and you're going to notice that as you open the doors, it is a large dining room that ends up having a kind of like a fireplace off in the very end that is not currently lit, but let's see what else. How am I going to describe this? There is a balcony that is above you that looks like people can kind of walk with foot traffic and things like that. What else is there? There is going to actually be place settings on the table of fine silverware and plates and things of that nature, but there will actually be food that will be laid out in various different sections along the, 40 foot? The room's 40 foot, huh? Excuse me. The room's 42 foot long, so that ends up making about like the 25 foot table, give or take.
Okay.
So.
Is there any other doors in here?
Yeah, there's a door as you're kind of walking around. There's going to be a door all the way towards where the fireplace is, kind of leaning off to the right.
Okay.
Can I just like, not investigate there, but perception, just see if there's anything out of the ordinary?
You kind of look around. We'll just do the passive because I can kind of tell you. Yeah, there's not really all that much odd or anything out of place here. The only thing is that as with your new senses, you're picking up the food looks perfectly edible. but there's kind of a stench of old decaying meats and rotting fruits and things of that. That's emanating from the food, despite the fact that they do not appear as if they are nasty or decaying. Alright, so let's go back to Hestia and Tish. What are you two doing?
Where do we go, sister?
I'd have probably turned around since we can't go any further right now. Did we see them
Yeah.
go through those?
Yeah, they went through the double
Left
doors
up.
down. Yep.
And there was another one on the other side?
Yep, there is another set of double doors on the other side, along with a singular door, and then there's a total of 3 entry points upstairs as well.
Since they're looking in there, you want to check out the other one?
Sure.
Okay.
At least nobody was Captain Obvious and went to a dining room. Yeah, so you guys are going to check the double doors on the opposite side?
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys are going to walk through, open up the door, swing the door open, and it is going to be kind of a large, what that ended up being? Oh, what are those called? Gallery. It's be like a large gallery that's about half the size of what the entryway is. There doesn't appear to be any kind of door or exit from here, but there are various different sculptures of what appears to be deities of some type. You're not sure with this area, but they are kind of in there. And then you've got different types of paintings and all that stuff kind of going around the wall.
I think I'd probably do an investigation, look around the room. Anything of interest other than looking at the statues.
Sure.
I'll do an investigation of the statues to see if there's anything off about them.
Okay.
That was a 17.
17? Nice. So you're doing the paintings and everything else, and then he's doing the statues, or she is doing the statues.
16.
Alright. So you guys are going to kind of be walking around, checking out what you need to and all that kind of fun stuff. You're going to notice, we'll start out with Allie. So Hestia, you're going to notice that basically these paintings are depicting what you believe to be various points in history, potentially for this new plane that you have found yourself on. It almost kind of seems as if it is telling a story. It kind of has this feeling of like, how would I put this? There are moments of peace that are brought on by moments of war. There is one particular painting that actually seems like there is we'll go ahead and say kind of almost like an apocalyptic type figure in the sense of like a demon or a devil or something like that. Kind of what you would be akin to knowing as somebody like Ryoko, in that sense, that kind of grandiose power. And then you'll kind of see that there are several wizards in another painting that's almost seem like they're worshiping and kind of going through with that, like worshiping that particular being or entity. And then there'll be another one that ends up kind of depicting that there is more angelic celestial beings and things that are waging war on this particular being, along with those particular followers. And that's pretty much just kind of how it goes, almost like it's depicting like a singular event or something that's happened over the course of this history. Not too 100% sure, but as you're kind of looking around, you're going to notice that there doesn't appear to be anything really off with that in the room. Now, Tish, you had a 17 or 16. Yes, a 16. You're going to be kind of looking around, and you're going to notice that most of the statues are pretty well secure, facing various different directions and things like that, but you'll end up coming across one that almost looks like it's a dragonborn woman that kind of has like a I don't know exactly what they're called, but kind of like the baby sling front baby holders or whatever. Yeah. Looks like there's a young dragonborn in their arms. Sneeze or don't sneeze, dude. Make up the fucking mind. Okay, apparently we're not sneezing. And it also looks like she is kind of carrying like a pot of water with her. Now, as you're examining this one, you're going to notice that it actually looks like part of this structure is chipped towards where the pot of water is, and it kind of almost looks like there's an object within this pot of water.
I'm going to mage hand the object.
Okay, so you end up using a mage hand, reaching up, kind of pulling this thing out, and it looks like it is a vial of some kind of rich liquid. Mort will look at it and say, potion of healing?
Could also be a poison. We are immune to quite a few of those from our experiments.
It is possible. We could always test it on the automaton.
This is definitely my train of thought. However, inorganics aren't very good for figuring out things of this nature.
I was more thinking of with his new heightened senses that he could describe the flavors and the tastes. And even though he's an automaton, my research has shown that he's been able to recover from some healing potions and even take damage from other things like that. Very fascinating.
I concur.
Right.
And I'll put it in the pouch.
Okay. So we'll head back to the dining room crew.
Do we want to move into the door that was on the right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go head in that direction.
Alright. So you'll go ahead.
What's the lighting in here?
Lighting
Because I
is.
still have the torch for a little
Well, if you
bit.
got the torch, it's pretty well. But without
It's the only
torch,
source of light?
No, without the torch, there are still some candles and things that
Try
are
lighting the
around.
fireplace.
You
I
can
will light the fireplace.
Absolutely. So you go ahead and you put your torch into the fireplace. Appears like there is still just a little bit of timber left in there with some ash and everything else, but it's enough to kind of get everything going and started, and it'll end up lighting up. It gives off more light to the room. You'll notice that there are other tapestries and things that sizably smaller than the one that you had battled with before on either side of the fireplace, and that there is another painting of the wizard that you had seen. However, this one looks like he is more youthful and energetic. It also kind of looks like he is with other wizards and all that other kind of fun stuff, like they're at a gathering or a banquet.
Okay.
Let's just go into the other room.
Okay.
Okay.
Lead the way.
I'll just walk in the other room.
Alright. So you go ahead. Yeah, you go ahead and open up the door, waltz right on in, like hello, and then you get killed. No, I'm just kidding.
And then I die.
Instant death. So yeah, you will walk in, and it seems like it is actually a combination. I don't know. I was going to say barracks. That's not right. A combination. What are those things called? Pantry as well as a kitchen. So it actually kind of seems like this is where like maybe servants would go and prepare the foods and things like that, and then kind of take it from there to bring into the dining room area. There is lots of different boxes and different bags and everything else. There's definitely both are going to be smelling that kind of rancid decay and everything else of various different grains and things that they're starting to that have starting to turn. Everything else, it seems like there's that kind of sickly sweet smell of rotting meats, all that kind of fun stuff. The kitchen looks like it's not been used in some time. The tools and things that seem like they're starting to gain a decent bit of rust on them and everything else. But you guys are also going to notice that there is going to be what appears to be an adventurer just kind of laying down near a cooking prep table. And it kind of has like this look almost like he's give up the ghost at the wrong time. From this distance, you cannot tell exactly what happened.
Okay, move over to investigate the adventurer, see
Alright.
what he has on him.
Alright, so go ahead and give me an investigation to kind of see. We'll do the cause of death and what he has on him and everything else.
Do you want an investigation or do you want a medicine?
We'll do investigation for it all.
Okay. 16.
16?
Mm-hmm.
So it appears that he's got relatively standard gear. It looks like he's got some leather armor. He is, in fact, a human. Looks like this human in particular favored a short sword with some daggers. He's got a pouch that ends up having... Let's do the random rolls. Why not?
How many daggers?
2 daggers.
I will take those.
Alright. So this gentleman in the gold, or the pouch, has 3 gold pieces, 5 silver, and 5 copper. Oh yeah, you do your thing. And 3 electrum. I forgot, he likes the electrum in this system. Or in his world.
I just look around. I guess I'll look around the kitchen while.
Yeah. Give me a second, because while he's doing his thing, I gotta finish up what he's seeing.
No. I'm not gonna take the money. I just want the daggers.
Okay. So as you're kind of taking the daggers, looking over, noticing that, excuse me, you're also going to notice that this gentleman doesn't appear like he has died, quote unquote, suspiciously. It doesn't appear like there is any damage to the armor. It doesn't look like there's any kind of scratch, bites, piercings, anything like that. Looking closer to the skin and things, that you can kind of see that the decay is kind of starting to set in. And it appears like he has kind of some residue and things that's been around his mouth. He has kind of like a pained expression on his face, so you think he might have eaten something that was poisonous.
Gotcha. Died from bad food, is what I want to say.
Terrible fate. Hope it doesn't happen to me.
Is there anything else in the room or in the kitchen area?
Kitchen area? We'll go with Logan. Go ahead and give me the investigation.
14.
14? For the most part, no. There doesn't seem like there's really anything of value or anything that really jumps out. There is kind of like a pot or something like that that has actually been like, looks like it has been begun to be, God, Scotty, learn English. There's a pot that seems like it has food in there and all that kind of fun stuff that seems like, how do I want to describe this? Like, I know I want to say it, I'm just having a hard time. There is a pot of food that has been spoiled, that looks like it has been in the stages of preparation, but it hasn't been completed. But now it also seems like it has gone and turned rancid.
Nothing else in here.
Okay.
Right.
No other doors, just one way in, one way out.
One way in, one way out.
Okay, and then I guess we will leave back through the dining room.
As a side part, because I can cut this out now, yeah, I'm not giving you the full fucking Spencer estate. It's a one shot. Alright,
Figured this was some kind of Resident Evil bullshit.
kind of, sort of, but not really.
As soon as I heard the 2 doors, I started smiling. I was like, yeah,
I know, I saw the
this.
smile.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually used the Spencer estate on various different things, various different areas. Alright then, so yeah, no, you guys go ahead and step out, backtracking as you were, and then the sisters, along with the brother. I imagine we're kind of going back to the entryway as well.
More than likely.
Alright, so we'll all meet up and we'll all kind of, I'm assuming, passing along the information. Because I know the 3 of us can be rather tight-lipped with a lot of things that we say, but I'm leaving it up to you because more it's just support right now.
Yeah.
I'll tell them about the story that the paintings told in there. Just be like, do you know anything about that history?
I'll make a history check.
Sure.
10.
10? Oh, rings
Doesn't
no
sound
bells.
familiar.
So I'll bring up the statues.
We'll
You know
bring.
anything about them?
Statues are just statues.
That's yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that one for free. There's nothing weird about that. They're just kind of statues that sit and look pretty. That's what Bunnyman's gonna draw the conclusion to.
There's a dead person in the kitchen beyond the dining area. Died from poisonous food or something like that.
Wonder if you drink this. As I pull out the vial.
I like to take it from him and look at it and say, sure. Try new things. I'm just...
Interesting. We didn't even have to ask him. Mort says as he begins to jot notes.
I'm just gonna go ahead and start walking toward another door.
I'll drink it.
Sure.
Is there a chair within 30 feet?
Sure, why not?
I'm gonna mage hand it over.
Sure, absolutely.
And observe.
We'll see what happens.
Sure, why not? Alright.
With my soul, I'm willing to try new things.
You're a curious
Alright,
soul.
so you drink it. At first, it kind of has like this kind of sweet, savory taste to it that very quickly turns bitter as you take 7 points of damage.
Okay. Is it like poison or... Because I have,
don't-
I have resistance to poison.
Oh, I didn't know. Give me a second. Is it actually labeled as a poison in there? Oh.
Because I believe it's...
I actually don't remember if it's labeled as a poison or if it's just a magical effect that's like, yeah, fuck you.
It's just a purple worm shit.
No, it's not the purple. No, God, no. God, no. I'm not that big of a dick.
A very watered down purple worm.
So watered down, it's donkless. Potion.
1 part worm, 100 part water.
Potion.
Right.
To
You
take
might
that little
have a
damage.
chance.
To take that little damage, yeah.
That's a lot of charisma.
Plate. Duh. Potion of this, potion of that, potion. Potion.
I kind of feel like the TARDIS is mistranslating.
So yeah, it would be considered as a poison. A poison. So you have resistance, so that's half the damage. So it ends up being, you end up getting 3.
I'll just be like, it stings a little bit. Not too bad.
What did it taste like?
It was pretty sweet and then immediately became pretty bitter.
So it's not like the candy.
More candy.
Interesting. We'll let you know if we make it back.
So what now?
I believe Moore will speak up and says we have other doors that we need to investigate.
I'll trudge upstairs.
Sure.
I was already walking towards one of the doors up there. It's
Yep.
like
I'm gonna follow her.
Alright.
Yeah.
So we're gonna keep the same marching party. We're gonna do something different.
I'm following her.
Oh, okay.
I was going to one of the single doors upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So right hand side. How would I put this? The door towards more of the back of the estate, or the door more towards the front on the right hand side.
So there's 2 doors on the right hand
Yeah,
side.
two
Don't make it
single doors on
difficult.
the right hand
Go
side.
to the furthest one first.
First one first. All right.
And
So
then
you're
just work
gonna.
your way back.
Yep, you're going to open up that particular door, and you're going to notice that it is a hall that has a singular door about halfway down the hallway. It's about like a 15-20 foot hallway, and it seems to kind of wrap around to the left. This also seems like it has those magical candle things. But strangely enough, the entrance has standard candles.
Are they lit?
The magic ones?
The regular ones.
The regular ones? The regular ones were lit, yes.
Were or are?
Are.
Okay. Because you said were.
Yeah. Well, I thought we were
Currently
talking
burning.
past tense. Yeah, they are currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought when we were talking. Yeah. Yes, they are still currently lit. Oh, yes.
Kid over there.
Sure, I'm gonna go down the hallway.
Okay. So, yep, Hestia just kind of starts marching her way down. And with
Confident I'll
confidence.
follow.
Alright. Mort will walk in front of, I'm assuming, Tish behind him. Okay. And then the,
I'll be like in the back, kind of like suffering a little bit.
Throat's a little itchy.
drink that. It
I
did
don't
more
have
than
this.
sting.
So I'll drop behind Mort and be like,
Are you able to get indigestion? I was just gonna say I don't have a stomach, but it sure feels like I do.
You had a little bit of heartburn going on.
Yeah. I believe, if I recall from the tales that was told to us by our friend Hoover and Chrono, part of the deal that was made was to have senses.
I can, like,
While
taste
Hoover
food.
had only assumed basic senses, Ryoga had blessed him with all of the senses and all of the wonders that a standard human feels, despite the fact of not having them.
Like phantom limb syndrome. You don't
Yes.
have it, but it's there.
I do say, sister, I believe
this
the
could be
vacuum cleaner.
fascinating.
I do believe the vacuum cleaner is smarter than the paladin.
What palette?
That's not.
We don't talk
a
about
high
the
bar.
paladin.
All right. So yeah, you guys gonna go follow the hall, or you guys gonna stop off the door? What's the play?
I was gonna look at the door.
Okay. So you go ahead and open up the door. Well, attempt to open up the door, and it goes. Seems like it's locked.
Mage hand. To unlock it.
I mean, I don't know why you'd want to use Mage Hand to try to unlock it. That seems like it might add a difficulty, but
So I'm sure there's like a keyhole or something.
oh yeah, there's
Very
definitely.
obvious. Like, we'll come back.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
Alright.
I did do that in another game. I had a person intricately describe the inner workings of the lock so I can mage hand in and manually twist.
That sounds like a whole lot of not me messing with it. Alright. Alright.
I don't
So-
remember why I did it.
To be a dick. It'd be like,
No, there was an actual reason. Like, we needed the key, but everybody skipped the key, and I'm like, I'm not going back for the key. Can I just do this?
that makes sense. That makes sense. Alright. So yeah, as you guys continue to walk along Hestia, you'll notice that there is a what appears to be another adventurer. This one actually appears to be more of the Dragonborn variety. Seems like he is hunkered against the wall across a set of jade green double doors. This Dragonborn is wearing plate mail. He is actually kind of looks like he's grasping at his throat, and from here looks like he is dead. And since it's a Dragonborn, I know they got the fire breath things. We're gonna go ahead and say it's a red.
So it looked like he choked to death, or just kind of.
Yeah, looks like he died grasping at his throat, potentially like he was choking on something.
You said your non-existent throat was itchy, right?
Let's see if he has anything else on him.
Sure.
I'm gonna see what caused him to choke.
Sure. So you go ahead and give me a medicine check for the see what caused him to choke.
It was a 12 for investigation.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
30, 20, fan, freaking
That's
fantastic.
plus 1.
Yoink. Alright, so we'll do the what he has on him. Like I said, he looks like he has some plate mails and things that nobody here would be willing to wear the plate mail. If Hoover would want to, it seems like it might be able to fit him. But besides the plate mail, it looks like he has a backpack with standard adventuring gear. Also appears that he has a magical bag of holding, to which if you want to dump out, you can, or if you want to put your hand in, you can, whatever you want to do with that. The sword, or not sword, he has a weapon on him that appears to be a battle axe. So not the fantasy battle axes like the big, like a standard actual like medieval battle axe. So it's just kind of an axe with like a little big thing in the back or whatever. So.
I'll just take the bag of holding. I'll look in it later.
Okay. So. For some reason, I just could immediately hear Derek's voice going like, I want to put the bag of holding in my bag of holding. Of course you would.
I'll turn it inside out.
Alright.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Alright.
He would turn it inside out.
Yeah.
Once everything spills out, he's like, okay, put it in a bag.
Yeah.
Not thinking about it.
Yep. Alright.
30-20.
Alright. Dirty 20. It appears that as you're doing more examination, it actually kind of appears from his scales and things that it looks like he had died from some type of poison, but it actually looks like this poison was inhaled. You can kind of see mostly around the eyes and things that, and how the lips kind of turn a different color and all that kind of fun stuff. Whatever he inhaled basically kind of slowly must have turned his blood thick, not allowing the oxygen to kind of oxygenate what needs to be oxygenized, which, if they ain't words, they are now.
Those are words.
Are they?
They're
I can't
definitely
remember.
words.
Those are words.
Okay. I sometimes the dumb. Anyways, but yeah, so basically it ended up happening, so he basically choked out lack of oxygen to the brain and everything else.
And he's like right next to the door.
Yeah, like 5 foot against the wall.
Hoover, can you open this door for us?
Didn't you say your mother gave you a gas mask?
Did we bring it?
I mean, yeah, we had the gas masks, but
You had them, but the question is, would you have thought to bring them?
They were in Mort's bag.
asshole.
Come on, Mort, look through your bag.
I am. No.
Okay.
Shame.
Yes.
We do have gas masks, but they're not with us. They're in the mansion. On the island.
It's weird to say, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's weird to think about.
Did she bring in the bottle? Did she teleport it? I don't know. Hoover, if you would be so kind.
I'm just gonna stand back from the door.
As I step back.
Yeah, I can see that. Everybody just kind of goes, and it's just like, would you be so kind? And if he starts walking at the door, everybody's just like, step, step.
Just let you know, I'm at 12 hit points right now.
Hoover's looking a little rough. Like his bag could be changed.
I could probably do it, but I'd be like critically low if I were to.
We can handle
You say that.
Alright.
So since I do have extras, I will give you a potion of healing.
I guess I'll just use that before going in.
It's 2d4 plus 2.
it. I was going to do that after he opened the door.
Oh,
That's
look at
an
that.
8. That's
That's max
8 plus
heals.
2.
Nice, so that is 10. So you have 10 points back. Fantastic.
I confidently, feel great and
Yeah, you feel so much better. The indigestion's gone. You don't have
So I
that
gotta
heartburn.
How did it taste?
The door hasn't opened
this
yet.
One, yeah,
Irby.
This one kind of tasted like Dr. Pibb.
Oh, Mr. Pip?
Mr.
Yeah. No, I said Dr. Pibb. I know what I said.
Okay.
Blasphemy.
Dr. Pibb. Come on now.
Blasphemy.
Legally different enough.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, it kind of has like that Mr. Pibb, Dr. Pepper kind of.
So you literally changed Dr. Pibb but said Dr. Pepper. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it was Dr. Pibb because of the mixture of.
I got you.
Damn, dude. See, I'm not the only one that has problems. And this is the shit that if I can think about it, it's going to be in the outtakes area.
Sure.
Alright. So yeah.
So I get.
away from the door.
Okay, I open the door.
Yep. You open the door. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
I'm just like your meat shield.
10 meat shield.
14.
14. Yep. So you basically walk into a big, thick cloud of poisonous gas in that room very quickly because you've got the passive for it. Looks like there are several different suits of armor that are kind of lining the walls, and then it looks like there are a couple of different statues, and there actually looks like there is some gas that is kind of protruding from some grates or something like that in the floor. And then along the wall, it looks like there is a what would it be? Kind of like a shelving unit or something like that that actually has some kind of a paned glass or something like that that actually has one of those crests behind it.
Yeah,
Would you like to stay in the room, or would you?
No,
like
I was gonna leave the room.
How
Describe
far
it.
He
away
doesn't have to breathe.
from the door is it?
Hmm?
How far away from the door is it? The crest.
I'll get you an exact measure.
If I were to use my vacuum on to suck up the poison,
I probably could.
I've got kind of a stupid idea.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Just kind of? You're losing your touch.
But I might be slightly brilliant.
It's about like 15, 20 feet, give or take.
Okay.
So would Hoover have described what he sees in there?
Yeah, that's why I kind of give him the explanation so that way everybody gets along with the info.
Gas coming out of the vent. I'm gonna dump out what's in the bag that I picked up, just onto the floor.
Okay.
I'm not gonna turn it inside out. I'm just dumping that shit out.
So I'm guessing turning it inside out just drops everything?
Yes.
Well, you can turn it upside down
empties
or you
it.
turn it inside out. Either way, it empties the contents.
So while she's doing that, I'm gonna mage hand.
Mage hand the
crest.
crest. So you're gonna do it without looking into the door?
He described what he saw.
Okay, so give me a...
I'm standing back. It's 30 feet.
I can go back in until they
Yeah,
feel like
because
close or not.
he shut the door and things. That's the same. You're
Oh, if he was shutting the door.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
I
what I was
didn't
kind
hear
of
that
like. Are
part.
you like
Okay.
trying to nightcrawler
No.
this shit and dangerously?
No,
Okay.
No, I didn't realize that he shut the door.
No, yeah, he shut it.
Oh, never mind then. If the door was still open,
Let's
I would've-
bust out some random tables, shall we? Because I don't get to do this all that frequently.
I want to stick my hand in a bag. I don't know.
You learned that one from Papa Allsteve. 9. So a potion of healing ends up clattering to the floor. 89 or 98. Well, that's impossible.
What it
Oh,
say?
no, never mind. It's not because it was 98, not 99. 99 would have been a bag of holding. Alright.
Why could I see you dumping it out and another bag of holding that got put in a bag of holding? They both imploded. Now it's floating in the material plane. Just came out of this one.
Yeah. That's how bags of holding are birthed.
But you unlocked.
Yes, that's right. It looks like another potion of healing, but
take one,
fancier
take it.
looking.
A fancier one?
A fancier one. 17. Some kind of a scroll.
Some kind of scroll.
Some kind of a scroll. And... Holy shit! Okay. And it looks like some kind of other potion of healing, even fancier than the last one that you had.
Well, it did do that person good.
No, it did not.
It's like those idiots that die of dehydration in the desert with water left in their bottle.
Am I able to read the scroll at all?
What languages do you speak? And you are a sorcerer as well, so that's something to maintain.
Abyssal, Common, Ingan, Infernal, Primordial.
I speak Elvish.
Elvish.
Sylvan and Undercommon.
Nice. So yes, you are able to read. Appears like this one is actually written in some type of form, mixture. Fuck you. mixture of draconic, but kind of like draconic feels to it, but it reads like Undercommon. And it appears like it is a scroll of Ice Storm, 4th level.
Oh.
As well as in that bag and things that we're gonna go ahead and say that there are 9 Electrum pieces, 6 gold pieces, 5
Golden rings.
No, we've already covered the gold. 5 silver and 5 precious gems worth appears like they're valued about maybe 50 gold pieces each.
I'll add that to my sheet later.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll just put all that in the bag and be like, so anyone need a bag holder?
I'll take it.
I don't think that would go well with my portable hole.
No.
I know it'd be a cool idea. They took the bag full and like stuck it to like one end of like the tube, like vacuum tube, so I can just like pull things in and out of it.
Or.
Oh my god. But my way's so much more cooler.
Sure.
More
Also
rad.
vacuum up the astral plane.
It doesn't quite work that way.
I know. Still funny.
Alright. So yeah.
You mean I could do that, but suck up the poison in the room.
It's an empty bag. You just.
Well, what you could try to do, my bird brain kicked in for a second. Just you take the bag. You said there's a grate in the room. You stick the bag over the grate and let it suck up the
That was my idea. I stick the bag of holding to one end of my vacuum and start sucking it up and it goes into the bag of holding.
Well, you guys are gonna have to figure it out. There's a room that's
Either
got
way,
the
he's got
crest.
the bag now.
Yeah, it's got the crest, and then it has a bunch of gas that is still pouring out of grates from the floor.
I'll give
there
it to
any
you
potted
if you want to try it.
Huh?
Are there any potted plants in there?
There are no potted plants. There
How
were
about
suits
potted
of armor.
herbs?
Potted herbs? No, there are not.
Or herbs? My
No
apologies.
herbs.
Okay.
No herbs, no herbs, no gerbs.
Do you want to
These
try?
So-
herbs!
So no kind of plant that would have soil in there?
No.
Do you want to try my idea?
I'll give you the bag.
There were a few statues of things that were in the room, though.
You can go back in, check.
Go for it.
So I have like the bag stuck in the one, just like the vacuum going.
Alright, so just make sure before I go through, because I don't deal with a lot of constructs, how does your breathing, not breathing thing work?
I don't think he has to breathe air.
He doesn't
At all.
breathe
He
at all.
doesn't breathe.
So does it
he,
say
at
something
all.
specifically about the poison? Because it just dawned on me.
He can be poisoned.
he can.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing like if
You have
I have
advantage
to
on
like
saving
stand,
throws against being poisoned and resistance to poison damage. And he does not need to eat, drink, or breathe.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
but I can. But I won't for this room.
So what was the part about breathing in the poison? I did do that right there, right?
Yeah, he doesn't have to breathe.
Well, I ingested the
Yeah.
the vial, but I didn't.
No, not that one. The one
I know
from
I
the
didn't.
gas.
I didn't breathe in the poison, and I'm saying like,
No, that was what the con save was.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Like, he
Yeah.
could have... He
It
could have
could
just been
still get in
curious and tried it out, or...
Yeah, I'm a real boy. I'm breathing air.
He walks in and goes,
Yeah.
"What does this smell like?"
He didn't state he wasn't breathing.
smells fresh.
He could
Yeah.
literally just hold his, say
Okay.
he's not
I
going
just-
to breathe.
Yeah, it kind of dawned on me as like, oh yeah, construct shit.
No, that's
Forgot about
fine.
that.
Yeah.
Alright, that's right. So alright, Hoover's gonna go in there. What's Hoover gonna do? What's the plan?
I'll try my vacuum thing I was just talking about. See if it like can suck it up into the bag of holding.
This is glass breakable where that holds
And then
the
after
crust.
like that, I'll see like what happens, and then I'll check like the statues.
He's gonna try and absorb all of the poison into the bag of holding.
So we're gonna try to absorb the gaseous poison, all of it that's already been released, still being released. That
I
could
just
be...
stick my arm into the vent and just like he won't go.
Yes, he's looking to.
He's trying to pull a Moroku.
I don't know what that is. Wind tunnel.
That's exactly what he's trying. Only rather than his hand going to the astral plane, he wants to put it in the bag.
Okay. So he's experimenting with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow to try to break the glass.
Sure. Alright. So, you just hold on your numbers there.
That's fine.
So, when you do this, we'll go ahead and say that you have the ability to somehow put, like, a bag of holding to your side, kind of like a poop pouch. And then you basically just going to go poop into one thing, and then you're just going to kind of go the entire time. Yeah.
How'd that go again?
If you really want to, I can breathe to see if it works.
Yeah.
I couldn't even do it as good as I did the first time because I was trying not to laugh. So yeah, you're just literally just sitting right there going, and
Going to town in the door.
pretty much. So yeah, that's all you're gonna do. So what's your what's
I want to try to break that glass.
Absolutely.
So I have a 13 to hit it.
that is gonna be enough to hit it. So go ahead and give me a little bit of damage.
So it'll be 9 points of damage.
You see the arrow crack the glass moments before it ends up kind of ricocheting off.
Okay, and then I will take another shot while the window is still open. No, I have a 1.
You get what?
A 1. I rolled a 1. Trying to shoot another arrow to break the glass.
Uh-oh.
I'm pretty sure I know where this is heading.
I'm just debating whether or not I should head there or not.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
I mean, technically.
If this wasn't a one shot, yeah.
I mean, technically. Technically.
That'd be nasty.
Man, I want to, but I don't at the same time. We're just gonna go ahead and say that it will. What was your total for trying to hit?
It would be a 9 to hit.
Yeah, 9 to
With a
hit.
1, right?
All right. So then, what is your AC, Hoover?
14.
14. Okay. So the arrow is going to whiz past you, and barely stick into like the suit of armor, like just beyond you, as the bunny man is going to look at you like, ooh.
That's where he's gonna go for the bag of holding.
I was thinking about it, but technically with it being a magical thing and it's the outside, not the inside, it's easier to rip on the inside than it is the outside. It wouldn't have really done me much good. I was just debating whether or not I wanted to or not. Alright.
I'm firing until I break the glass.
That's fine.
So I'll riddle another one off.
Does anything does it look like the poison's cleared at all?
Not yet.
And it is going to be 10 points.
10 points of damage?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, with this one, the glass will shatter.
Good. Okay. How much gas is still in the room? Is it minimalized?
Nope, seems like it's pretty much the same stuff.
Okay. But the crest is
The crest is
free
now
of
exposed.
ghost. Okay.
Now I will meet you.
Okay. So yeah,
From about 25 feet away, yeah.
that's perfectly fine. Mage hand goes, picks up crest, comes on back. Hoover's standing there going like, I got this, guys! Woo!
So as the crest comes past Hoover, I'm going to basically mage hand it right into Floppyfoot's hand.
Okay, yeah, so crest comes your way.
Okay. I'll take it.
While this is happening, can I
This
look
is
around and make
request.
sure there's nothing else Interesting.
Well, that was it.
I'm just amused by the robot.
Well, I guess I'll just tie up this bag really tightly. Save it for later.
So as you're like, okay, I'm gonna tie this up. Mort's just gonna kind of go. I don't think this one understands how bag of holdings work.
I don't know.
He's got a bag full of gas.
Bag full of gas. I'll leave the room, shut the door.
Okay, yeah, you leave the room, shut the door. You guys got yourself a crest. This one appears like it is a half orc wielding a battle axe.
Okay.
The only thing I can imagine is he's sitting there, vacuum going with the exhaust out the side, and guys going, literally just blowing it sideways so it's not coming out the door.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes
Tell you
sense.
what, dust is gone. Those HEPA filters are amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh. Was there anything else that goes down this hallway, or was this like...
No, it eventually goes on to it will go down the hallway. You will check these doors, and it looks like there are a couple of nice, lavish bedrooms. Upon further inspection and things that there's nothing really of anything that you would consider to be of value. There are some nice clothes, things that doesn't appear to be any kind of coin or any kind of fancy doodads or bibobs.
Would there be anything that would catch my eye that Lena would like?
Several books.
I'll take the books.
Okay. Okay. So they're going raiding, kind of looking around. Did you want to kind of raid with them, or did you want to?
I'm gonna wait and let them do their thing,
Alright.
and then I'll go to the next available area we need to go to.
Okay. So everybody's done looking. Everybody's done raiding.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna head back down the hallway, going past the door that was locked, and then into the main hall again.
Yep, to the door closest to the steps,
Alright.
furthest away from the entry.
Alright, so you end up opening up that one, and suck it, Spencer Estate. It's a fucking bathroom.
It's lame. Close it. Move on.
I test the toilet.
It flushes.
Is there chalky milk in the sink?
No.
Oh, okay. That's lame.
Here. Just like, everybody's laughing at the joke, but last time he did that, we almost died. Alright. So yeah.
And make your way through the double door.
Alright, so you guys will go through the double door. It is going to end up being a
Room full of crests.
no. It is just
Try each one.
Just
sometimes you gotta try your luck, I understand. It's gonna be a balcony that oversees the dining room, and there's gonna be yet another door off to the side.
Okay.
On the opposite end there.
Going to that door. On the way to the door, is there anything that looks like it could be moved, pushed, pulled, or dragged?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to the door.
Okay. You go to the door.
I will test it for lock.
It has lock, but the lock is not engaged.
Okay. Then I will open said door.
Alright, you open said door. Open it up. So this one is going to have another fancy set of various different statues and tapestries and other kind of things like an art gallery and all that kind of fun stuff. Your eyes will immediately connect with a adventurer that is on the floor. Looks like he has how would I describe this? Black marks all around his armor. His hair seems like it was lit on fire. His skin seems to be burnt, and he's about in the middle of the room. And across from him is 3 statues, each of which are holding a crest.
Do you want to mute fire here?
So there's 3 crests in these statues. Each one holds one.
Each one holds one crest.
Do any of them look like the one we already acquired?
No, they all look different.
Do 2 of them look like the ones that we need to acquire?
Listen, you only need one more crest.
Well, I thought we needed...
We
have one crest.
You have one crest.
From the poison armor.
Yeah, there's 3 set already into the door, and there's 2 opening holes.
Oh, I thought there was 3 open
So
holes.
what
I'm
is the
sorry.
different crest picture?
Yes.
Let's see. These ones are going to end up being a what haven't I used yet? A halfling. And then one will end up being a tiefling, and then one will end up being a giant.
Are they doing anything?
Are they holding anything?
The giant
Crests.
is holding. Yes.
I mean, you were technically right. It is a room full of crests.
It is technically. The giant appears to be holding a large boulder. The tiefling appears to be holding what kind of looks like a heart. And then the halfling seems to be holding a flask of ale.
Anything seem out of the ordinary?
I don't know which one we need to get. I didn't take, obviously, a good look at this. The door we need to put him in. What was in the door? Does anybody know what the crest was in the door?
Since this is one shot
I'll ask
plus
more.
that, huh?
I'll ask him more.
Okay.
He jotted them down.
Sure, why not? I don't even remember what was the DM. Mort will kind of open up his book there and start looking around. And then he will make the leap in saying that it appears that each crest that was set in the door appears to be different races, but each one of them appear like they are doing something combative.
Brandishing a weapon.
So we need a boulder.
So yeah, it would be the giant.
It would be the giant.
Giant with boulder.
Okay. How far away is it from the door?
From the door, about 10 feet.
Okay. Then I'm going to walk up to the giant.
Okay, you walk up to the giant.
Or to the statue that has the giant crest. I'm going to grab
To
the
you as a
giant.
little bunny man, it probably is like a giant.
I'm going to grab that crest.
Okay. There's some Indiana Jones action going on there.
Oh, no, I'm just going to grab it.
Okay, now you just walk up. Pretty much. So yeah, you go ahead. You grab it.
Is anything? Click, move, slide, fire. Okay, then I'm going to walk back to the door.
Alright, walk back to the door.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I'm going to go through the door, back to the other door that needs the crest.
Yes.
I'm going to insert the 2 crests into the door.
Okay.
And I'm going to look to the vacuum and say, please open the door. I'm going to step away from the door.
Before the opening of the door, was there anything else in that room?
No, nothing
No,
of
okay.
importance.
I just remembered the door in the main entryway. Everybody was holding weapons.
Yeah.
So I figured it had to be the giant.
It's like halfling with ale. That's not right.
Yeah.
Can't take another one of those potions before I go in. I'm at 22 to 39 health. Because we got 3 potions of healing. Was it 3 or 2? Wasn't
A
it?
potion of healing, a fancier potion of healing, and an even fancier potion of healing.
Here, I'll use a cure wounds on you.
Okay.
You can have 6 points back.
Yeah. Actually, thinking about it, Mort and Tish would probably even been able to kind of do, because they probably even has to other than potion of superior, and the potion supreme.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, holy shit.
Well, as that happens, I'll walk through the door. See what happens.
Alright.
Potion.
So,
Are we healing first then? Or am I healing first?
I don't know. But before you,
You
do
said
all,
you got 6.
yeah, before you do all that stuff, you guys can also take like a short rest to use your hit dice and stuff like that. I mean, that is an option.
Do we?
It's up to you guys.
I'm good.
You're the only one that's
Yeah, you're the only one that's been thumped around this time around.
Just like sitting in a
It's
chair.
whatever
just
you want to
waiting.
do.
Yeah.
You can take a short rest.
Okay.
Do I have to roll anything for
You can roll as many hit dice as you want, essentially, to try to get back hit points.
So a regular, a superior, and a supreme.
Yes.
So just skipping greater.
a D4,
Yeah,
right?
it skips right past. No. So on your character sheet and things, that there should be a section about your hit die. So it should have like a D for you, probably like D10, D12, something like that. And then it's based off. You have as many as based off your level. So you're level 5 characters, so you should have 5D, something like that. You can spend up to the maximum hit die that you have in order to add to your.
You
let's
push
help
that.
Short rest.
So I completely forgot I still have that bag
And
with
your
the
hit
dragon horn.
die,
1d10 plus total of 5.
Nice.
1d10 plus 1.
It's like, what's
Yep.
in
So 5
this?
times.
So yeah, you can roll however many hit dice you need or want, and then you just mark that off. So
If I
you
said
roll 1d10, get that number, add 1 to it, and then add that. So roll your 1 or your d10.
That's great. A 1 and a 5. Well, I'm almost full. 36 out of 39.
Alright.
That works.
You guys are
And
going to
then-
take a short rest.
And then we'll go to the door after
Alright. So after that, you guys are going to open up the door and let the robot go in first.
Yep.
that. I'll take a small whiff and see if there's anything poisonous.
And you turn into solid rust.
Just
No,
Oil can.
So yeah, you open up the door and you're going to see a large, darkened room with pockets of lights that are light that is cast from the ceiling in various different areas that will actually show a treasure room, various different objects, magical items, as well as chests full of gold, silver, gems, you name it.
Start looking for a skull.
All right. So you guys are gonna go in and start looking for the golden skull with the diamond eyes.
That's the quest.
That's what Hops is looking for. What's everybody else wanting to do?
I guess I'll just help.
I'll help him.
Okay.
I'll use another detect magic.
Okay. Detect magic. There's lots of magic in here. Lots of magic. Various different areas.
Any specific kind of magic?
Yes.
Right.
Ah!
That kind of magic. Yeah. You name it, you feel it. No batteries required.
I don't need
I don't know if I
batteries.
like that.
All various different types of magic is kind of bombarding your brain. Alright. So, Monsieur Floppyfoot, you go ahead and give me either a search or investigation, your call, choice, whichever's best. And then you can do that with advantage since you are having assistance in searching for
How
this.
many d6 does our tech have in search?
Investigation.
Ask him how many d6 does Zyrtec have in search?
Shut up. Shut up.
That's a not 20. 23.
Nat 20,
Let me
fantastic.
try it again with these. Oh, well, that was a 21.
Is it perception or investigation?
It's
Shut up,
investigation.
stop making fun. I know. But I'm just saying is you run as many systems as I have, they all start getting. Alright. So yeah, you're gonna be looking around and you're gonna actually see a pedestal that looks like there is a golden skull just resting on top of that pedestal. The golden skull appears like from here is nothing but solid gold. There is indeed ruby in the eyes, and there appears to be a number engraved with some kind of almost like ruby dust that has 10 on top of its forehead.
That's like diamonds in the
Clearly not the skull.
Yeah. So as you guys lock eyes on this, you're going to be hearing what kind of sounds almost like a growl, followed by the heavy, I guess it would just be heavy footfalls of a large creature that steps into the light near the skull. It is in fact a large lion creature with wings with a face of a female on it. And she will look at you guys.
Can we wish for the creature to disappear? With the wishing skull?
I don't think it's the same skull, though. The skull we were looking for had diamonds in the eyes, right?
Yeah, it's
That's what I
diamonds in the
thought.
eyes. It's a gold skull with diamonds in the eyes. The only
Okay.
detail that was
the
new
ruby.
this time was the
Rubies.
You said
Ruby
rubies
number.
for eyes.
dust.
Yeah,
Did I
that's,
say rubies?
yeah,
You
You
said
said
rubies, so I
for
said
eyes.
clearly that's a
yeah,
decoy.
that's what I was
Oh,
like.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, sorry, no.
We all
I
immediately
thought it
went
said diamonds
decoys.
in the eyes. It looked like ruby dust in the number, like engraved in the number.
Okay.
So like 10
Gotcha.
was like ruby dust, so it ends up kind of like sparkling like rubies.
It's like bedazzled.
Yeah, like a bedazzled skull.
I got you. Okay,
Yeah,
I was making sure.
I could have sworn, but yeah, no. So long as we're all on the same page, I don't care.
Do we seek the skull you guard? That's what I say. I'll step within 10 feet of the skull.
The Sphinx will look at you and will say, "You wish to have the skull.
No, we seek the skull.
You have found the skull.
May we take the skull?
If you answer my riddles 3, I will give the skull to thee." Yeah, I know.
Okay, let it be.
Tish steps out, grabs a chair, and brings it in.
Okay. Be warned, though, and I'm not good with rhyming things, so that's getting dropped really quick. Be warned, if you fail any of my, if you fail to answer any of the riddles correctly, it will cost your lives. Lives, plural, as it kind of looks at every one of you.
Not the first time I've heard that.
Yeah, another version.
No, probably won't be the last.
It might not be the last day.
I'm like, oh, we're gonna hear about it when we get back.
Alright. Now, for my experienced players that probably may have heard these before and everything else, give the younger just a little bit of time.
I will use the restroom real quick.
That's fine. give them just a
now,
little bit of time to kind of,
Yeah.
see if you can, and then you guys can kind of jump in and start working on it. Alright. So, before you run off to the restroom, Tim, just so you can hear it. Where can you where can you finish a book without finishing a sentence?
Oh boy.
Take your time.
This is the man who's an hourglass.
So, Hoover, what's the answer?
I don't know. Can I roll investigation for a hint? Not investigation, but like...
You can roll a, I don't know.
Maybe an intelligence or maybe an insight.
I was kind of thinking it could maybe be an insight, maybe something like you've heard before. Give me an insight check. We'll do that because you probably have, you have modifiers in it, I assume. Do you have
Only
the
plus
answer?
1.
I want to hear the riddle again.
That's a 17.
That's 17. Pretty good.
What's the riddle again?
All right. So the riddle, as spoken, was: where can you finish a book without finishing a sentence?
When I think of sentence, I'm not thinking like the word sentence. I'm thinking like something like prison sentence. That's what I'm mostly. That's what I think of immediately.
Okay,
But
what was
it
your
could-
hint?
I don't. He didn't give me a hint. I got 17 though.
Well, you guys are just talking, and he's like, you pulled a West.
Go ahead.
So the insight check is going to basically kind of boil it down to your brain is going to rework it as in where can you finish a book without finishing your sentence? You didn't need to make the check. That's a straight up DM one. You didn't. You're on the right track.
My sentence. Wait, say it again.
The reworded is where can you finish a book without finishing your sentence?
It's not very else.
You've literally said it like before.
Prison.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had the answer.
Yeah, you had the answer. That's what I was trying to tell you without telling you.
What's the book come in with prison?
Prisons have libraries.
Yeah.
You can read all you want before you finish your sentence.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was overcomplicating it.
Yeah.
Most people are going to associate sentence, myself included, sentence with the fact that you have sentences in a book.
Correct.
So they're going to be thinking sentence, book, literature. How can you finish a book without finishing a sentence from the book? So yeah.
I overcomplicated it and got it right immediately, but didn't know.
Yep.
Okay.
Somehow pulled a West, but somehow redeemed himself by not pulling a West. All right.
So what was your answer?
It's prison. Or it's like, yeah.
Okay, so you're prison. All right. So
Final
you
answer.
probably became, prison. And the Sphinx will say, correct.
I was like, when I think of sentence, I think of a prison sentence. And then I kept on rambling on. Not even knowing the answer.
Alright, so the second is, once again, more looking at Eric because he probably might remember this one. Allow the young one some time, and then we can turn around and do. Alright, so what has 4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening? And I know, just
I've heard this one. I don't remember the answer, but I swear I've heard this one before.
I mean, it's gotta be some kind of Pokemon. There's over 1,000 of them.
Pokemons! Wrong!
I mean, you can't expect anyone to know them all.
What, it was 4 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening?
Yep. What has 4 legs in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and 3 in the evening?
I feel like I've heard this before.
You probably might have.
I'm trying to think of it. I just want to get that hint out of the way. I can roll again.
Sure. It's still going to be a little complicated, but yeah.
Oh
2.
boy.
It's a 2.
2. Pokemon.
I don't know.
You're drawing a blank.
Not Pokemon, Pocket
Yeah.
Monster.
There you go. The Pocket Monsters. Yeah, you just kind of like go and everybody can hear the gears.
He's
He's like
gas in his system.
that's right.
When you were first saying it, I was thinking of it was like at the beginning of your life, you crawl on all 4s, then you walk on 2 legs, and you use a cane. I remember I thought you were talking about that.
Keep going.
Keep going. Let the gears start turning again.
Yeah, let the gears
Reactivate
turn.
the hamster.
But then you're like in a day.
Let's use that word.
I don't remember.
Well,
using
in the
the word.
morning,
Yeah, morning, afternoon,
and then
evening, or whatever.
It doesn't have to be in a literal sense.
Correct.
4 in the beginning, 2 midway, 3 late.
Yeah.
it's the stress of the timer.
So you've got plenty of time.
Our lives
you got
depend on it. It's okay.
Yep.
It's fine. If you get it wrong, we all just get murdered. Don't worry about it.
That's the first time anyone's
That's
got
my point.
You had it right.
It's not the first time getting murdered.
It's a human or a person. Baby if we're crawling around, 2 when you're an adult, and 3 with a cane. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
You have to probably declare your answer.
It's worded different than I'm used to it.
Well, that's what I'm pretty sure that's what it is. You're on the right track.
You want to try it?
You go ahead.
So that way, if you end up getting it wrong, everybody can blame you for the death.
Come on, Tin Man.
Sand's not getting any taller in there.
That's right.
This is not an opening. I want to think it's it, but it's just the way it's worded. I don't know.
You're afraid to commit. That's all it is.
Yep.
With
That's
the
fine, a lot of
robot's
guys have that
hesitation, I'll just declare man.
Man, the Sphinx will look at you and say, correct.
See? You had it.
I also think of it as like one day. You talk,
It's like the mother
The
maiden
morning
in the
of your
crown.
life.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Never
maiden
really
mother
life.
crown.
Yeah, or like
Yeah.
cradle to the grave kind of thing.
Yeah.
Correct.
okay, I didn't think
Yeah.
of that.
Alright. Third one.
Pizza. I'm just kidding.
Holy fuck, how did you know?
Just kidding.
River.
Nachos. That was a Marty High reference right there.
I just want to make fun of freaking Derek.
That's why I said river.
Alright, so you have this 1 through 9, all of them equal 15. Oh, I already know this one.
No.
Well, then you get.
Once again, I had
one
this the
try.
last one on my freaking phone because I didn't jot it down like a moron. So hold on a
How
second.
dare you?
Yeah, well, it's like right there because of how we do our things.
The hourglass was going.
Yeah, he gave us the magic square as a puzzle, and I'm like,
That was just
I
to
already know
answer
this
us.
answer.
I'll add on time to it. Hold on.
He was like, what?
Flip.
How about that? Make you feel better? Okay.
So far we've learned that I'm getting them right, but I'm overcomplicating it.
Yeah. So I filled out his little puzzle, and he was like, no, that's wrong. I'm like, they all equal 15. It's just rotated from whatever you have. He was like, what? Looked at him and was like, oh, yeah. Well, you didn't say I had to have your exact answer. You just said all of them have to equal 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That was not the one that I did, but it's actually kind of funny. I'm half tempted just to do it. Alright, this is the one that I had.
Action.
Right? So the Sphinx will say, for the last riddle,
What is
I am
the
easy.
speed of
I was gonna do it, and I'm like, nah, trust me. That was in my mind. I thought, just as a joke, let's go. So what is the airspeed velocity of a maiden swallow? African or European swallow? Wait, what? Alright, so the Sphinx will look at the party and say, I am easy to lift, but hard to throw. What am I?
Feather. I swear I've seen this one like 2 days ago.
Is that your final answer? To turn the timer on.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I was also giving a little bit of time because I did some goofy stuff. Here, since you seem to be more concerned.
The timer doesn't faze me, man.
Easy to lift, but hard to throw. I mean, you can pick it up easy if you try to throw it. It'll basically move all around. So yeah, let's go with that.
So you say feather.
It's
Intriguing. Everybody
really,
give me an insight.
the real answer is weird, easy to
Can I do you
pick
one
up.
better?
Mm.
Can I cast Sending?
I mean, yeah, technically.
Cast Sending to Lena. Repeat it.
You got dirty 20 anyways for insight.
I'm gonna pull a scroll out of my bag and just be ready.
Literally looking at the skull. I got a 1.
Yep.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
I
That'd be
figured.
cheating.
You got dirty 20.
You're trying? Yeah.
18.
18.
I want to get my vacuum
18
with
as well.
18.
poison
Alright, so
red.
yeah, the bunny is in fact looking at the skull. Just not caring. The Sphinx is going to say, you have answered the 3 riddles. You may take 1 item from the treasury.
This one, I walk up to it and get it.
Okay.
Is that 1 each, or just 1 total?
How far is the
He
door?
stops talking at this point.
How far is the door?
It's like 10, 15, or 15, 20.
I misty step through the door before they do anything to get me trapped in here.
Okay. But yeah, when the Sphinx was saying that, Sphinx was extremely annoyed.
Because I answered all of them right.
Yes.
I don't remember where, but I remember hearing the feather.
I didn't want to make them overly complex, because I've known some and seen some and read about some that were just like, what? How are you getting that? So I wanted to make sure they were easy enough. Fun.
Yeah. Okay, bye. It was nice meeting you.
The Sphinx will look at you with a annoyed look and just kind of lowly growls. Lowly. Yeah. Sounds a little weird.
Do we take our chances and see if we can take a magic item from this room?
Mort says, I do not wish to, but I am here.
I got that bag of holding, I flip inside out.
Please don't do that.
I don't know how long I'm sucking in the poisonous air for.
So as tribute to the Sphinx, to kind of ease its anger, I do have a holy symbol from our realm. I can give it for its hoard in exchange for an item of our choosing.
D2.
Sorcerer with a holy symbol. Who would have thunk?
Alright. So, this is what the.
Was it
the
from a
plan-
dead paladin?
What?
Was it from a
From the
dead
dead
paladin?
No, actually.
No, yeah, it wasn't.
Surprisingly.
So you walk up to the Sphinx and say this, right? Don't choke.
I'm already choking.
Clearly.
So I will hold it out and ask if it would be alright for us to take one more item aside from the skull.
No.
Fair enough. Do you still want it? I have no use for it.
Go.
Alright.
Just will grab it from your hand as we walk out.
Yep.
Or what's on your mind?
No.
Bullshit. Come on.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna look at the skull and say, I wish the Sphinx was banished from this chamber.
See, I said that earlier.
It's a wish
Jumping.
skull, right?
Jumping right into it. Shit. So you wish it, so it shall be. The Sphinx will just go.
It actually worked, is what I'm gonna say when I look at the item. Like,
You look at the item, and then the 10 that was on the skull begins to glow as it shapes into a 9.
Ooh, I got 9 more wishes, or 9 more curses, one of the two. We'll fly how this plays out. Okay. Get my bag of holding back.
It's full of poison.
I don't care.
Sure.
Okay.
You're just gonna go outside and open it?
Gotta put the skull in there. You gotta call forth the item, or you gotta turn it open. So the gas should stay in there. So now whoever does it, it's technically trapped.
Yeah, so as you guys turn around and walk away, the Sphinx just goes. Pfft.
The Lorab just starts like giggling.
Chaotic nature kicking in you. The Sphinx is gone. There's no here to stop us now.
Where'd it go?
Oh no. It's not here anymore.
Does it have to do anything with that symbol right there you're holding?
No.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure.
So I'm gonna walk out, outside the door, mage hand something.
You mage hand that something. Let's just say it's like a pouch of coins.
I still have that
Nothing
detect
happens.
magic going. I'll just pick out what seems to have like the strongest aura of magic on it.
So you just walk by, go doop-a-doop-a-doop, just grab
Yeah, just
something.
Throw it in a bag of holding.
All right.
I'm outside the door
As long as
with
it's
my
not
bag.
another arrow.
Yeah. No, you're good.
I want a fancy weapon.
This is a shopping list. You gotta roll
My
the
mother
five.
said I
Yeah.
had to look for magical items.
Yep.
I was not privy to this mission.
I thought I
It
would have
was.
told you.
Yeah.
You never said you would.
Well, she said it before we left for the
She
island,
pulled
so I
you
would've-
aside.
Interesting.
Oh,
Yeah, she did pull you aside.
fair.
That's why I've been so uninterested in this.
Right.
I'm going. I'm gonna experiment. with
Alright,
the
so
back.
as you kind of go by, just kind of walk and grab everything else, you grab a hold of something that kind of feels like a stone figure of an animal. And you just go, bloop.
Any particular animal or just...
This one says the obsidian steed.
Ooh.
Okay.
Mort is going to grab a magical sextant. Go, I wonder if Tortuga can use this.
Mm-hmm.
It'll still be more useful than that compass.
Possibly, sister. Yeah, he'll come shove it in the bag of holding.
So yeah, I'm gonna see if Tish can find anything that catches her eye.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same.
So, for a perception, to look around,
Ooh, that's like
it's a 19.
a 22 for me.
Nice.
To find something interesting.
Ooh.
This Sphinx is
I can always mispronounce this. The ion stone.
That's correct.
Okay. Yep. You grab an ion stone. Dish.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, you got. So you wished it, so it shall be. You find a magical weapon there, Hoover.
Ooh, what is that?
We're gonna say it is a mace. It is a +2 mace.
Ooh.
Mace of Thumpery.
Okay, I walk out.
Alright, so everybody is pleased with what they've pilfered.
I'm not taking any more chances.
Okay.
I'll walk out as well.
Seen your floppy foot?
I've been outside the door the whole time, waiting.
I know, but I'm just saying, you guys pressing forward.
Yeah, no, you're gonna return to the boat.
Okay, so as you guys start making your way out towards the boat, go through the main double doors there, you will walk outside to be greeted by the Sphinx staring at you with a very pissed off demeanor.
Who, all of us?
Yes.
Oh, then I will slowly reach into the bag and pull out the skull. And I will wish for it to be back into the house. I wish the Sphinx was back into its...
Oh, he's just burning through this thing. Alright.
Yeah.
It's down to 8.
Yep.
Okay.
So the Sphinx will actually start charging to get ready to attack you, and then poof, and then it goes from 9 to 8.
Okay.
I think we should run.
We should
before
go.
Okay, look, yep.
All right. So yeah, you guys are gonna make the trek out. Go back and do what you need to. Get to the boat. Tortuga is going to go ahead and weigh anchor. Start making his way back to the mansion. All that kind of fun stuff. So yeah, you guys are gonna make it to the. What was it? Green Coast.
Back where their ship was,
Yeah.
yes.
So back to the Green Coast, where Lena had magically brought the her mansion to temporarily reside here, and yeah, so everybody's going to be on the shore, kind of walking back to the mansion. Is there anything specific anybody else wanted to do? Because honestly, like I said, that's pretty much all I was going to do. Is the fact that he's got the skull, you guys got all your kind of fun stuff. There's really not much I can do with the one shot. What could, but that's pretty much all I got. Is you heading back.
I'll wish them back home if they want to go home, or wherever they want to go. When they're all on the boat. The elemental plane of fire. Is that where you guys were going?
Talk with Lena about that.
Yeah, we need to talk with Lena now.
Okay, then I would give the wish to, like, whenever it was all confirmed and everything, I would give them a wish to go where they need to go, or do what they wanted to do.
Yeah, we'll leave this as the bunny has the skull, and he's willing to give off the wish, and when he makes the comment to the children about, oh, we need to talk with Mama, we'll go ahead and say that somewhere deep inside the bag of holding, the skull His eyes, the diamond eyes, will kind of shine and shimmer as it begins to kind of maniacally laugh and just says, 8 more wishes to go. And then we'll go ahead and end it there.
There you go.
Okay.